From First Coast News, this is Good Morning Jacksonville.
Today, documents related to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy will be released in Washington.
It's wild to think about.
Yeah.
It could clear up many of the conspiracy theories surrounding Kennedy's assassination. First Coast News' Lindsay Boach will have much more for us coming up.
And in other news on this Thursday morning, we now know the names of the victims of yesterday's double homicide. Michael and Sharon Lamb, they were the victims, again, of a double homicide on the city's west side Tuesday evening. Their siblings, we know that they were found inside of a home on College Ridge Boulevard. The investigation at this point is still ongoing.
And folks here in RV City, cozy in their campers this morning, but for the rest of us, it's going to be a seat warmer type of morning. We're going to be live out here at RV City with more on how people are staying warm, as well as looking forward to that big game in about 48 hours. But first, let's go get a check of the weather with Mike Prangley. Mike?
Alex, good morning. Good to have you out there at RV City. And I notice everybody's kind of inside and probably have all the heaters running on high because we're waking up with temperatures in the 40s now. Officially 49 Jacksonville, 43 to Waycross. The beach is getting in on that chill, low to mid 50s. So for the little ones, hopefully you have a couple layers out this morning. Even the gloves, keep their little hands warm because there's some spots that have dropped to now 43 at CISO on the west side. How about that? And what we're talking about today, though, is once we get through about 10, 11 a.m., it's going to be amazing. All right, so a chilly start and then our postcard pick afternoon, 68 by noon, 72 at 4 o'clock, and the 2-degree guarantee high of 72. So unlike yesterday, we don't have that chilly breeze as high pressure builds right overhead. And here on National Pumpkin Day, let's get to Katie Jeffries in the ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Thank you so much, Mike. I don't know why he's laughing about pumpkins over there. I hope you guys are having a great morning. Let's look towards I-95 and Airport Road. Now, I-95 is okay, but on Airport Road, we've got some problems. So let's take a look here at our traffic map. There was a crash at Airport Road near I-95. It's Airport Road and Duval Road. Those westbound lanes there are blocked by this crash with injuries. So be careful. You could see a bit of a detour in that area if you're traveling through. Also, wanted to let you know about some construction. This is along 295 northbound at Blanding. It's that off-ramp right lane there that is blocked. Back to you.
Katie, here's an update for you. As prosecutors say, Corinne Brown's request to delay sentencing should be denied for lack of merit. Brown was convicted of 18 federal fraud and corruption charges in May. She wants to delay her sentencing due to the impacts of Hurricane Irma on her home, as per the filing. Her attorneys say the storm caused extensive damage to the house, also destroyed some of her court documents. Brown's sentencing, though, for now still scheduled for November 16.
Sex traffickers target average suburban teens in the most common of places, and they do it because they can. Last night, we shared the story of a man who admits people like him beat the system all the time, and why getting busted for selling teenagers for sex is like a get out of jail free card. You can see that story right now on our website. That's firstcoastnews.com. You may be wondering where Jacksonville ranks on a nationwide scale of human trafficking cases and how often it happens here. Florida ranks number 3 out of the 50 states, and Jacksonville is number 48 of all the U.S. cities. Based on calls to the National Human Trafficking Hotline, our On Your Side team obtained records of 37 defendants over the last 5 years. All of them were charged with commercial sexual activity crimes. Those records reveal half of the cases had been dropped or abandoned. State attorneys told us that it is possible that some of those cases were transferred to the feds. The others could have been dismissed over a lack of evidence or a victim unwilling to testify. Tonight, our series continues with the people working with survivors to help them heal and what you can do to help this cause. Don't forget, if you see something suspicious, call the National Human Trafficking Resource Center. That number on your screen right now. It's 800-888-373-7888. Lindsay.
Well, today is the day that some of the nation's longest held secrets about an American tragedy and a turning point in history will become public. I'm talking about the thousands of pages about the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. I'm Lindsay Boach. That's topping your national headlines this morning at 5:35. Historians are hoping that they will answer some important questions, but will they put the conspiracy theories to rest, or will they open a new storm of new ones? Well, this is something that people have been waiting for since 1992, and that's when Congress gave the National Archives 25 years to make all of the documents public, and that last of it is due out today. The brother of the Las Vegas mass shooter is behind bars this morning, not related to the shooting. It's for child pornography charges. He was under investigation after evidence was found inside of a business. And at first, he couldn't be located, but was arrested at an assisted living facility in North Hollywood. A rent-to-own store in Missouri is one of the first in the nation that's giving customers an opportunity to rent semi-automatic weapons. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives was apprehensive at first about financing the firearms, but the store owner says that it's no different than any other loan. His new way of selling guns is legal, ATF compliant, and offers a lenient return policy. He says it's not only helped boost revenue, but has also filled a need in the community. Again, this is rural Missouri. A lot of hunting goes on there. Well, Uber is planning to launch its own credit card later this year. It's partnered with the British bank Barclays, and it's the first ride-sharing company to have a co-branded credit card. No details yet about terms or rewards, but it seems that awards will likely go toward ride credit. Earlier this year, Uber partnered with American Express to give Platinum Card customers a $200 a year credit toward free rides. Lewis.
Lindsay, thank you. It's almost time for Florida, Georgia, about 48 hours away from the actual ball game, but the party is here. It's time to go, and the rivalry now being taken to the big leagues, at least the hockey big leagues. How the Icemen are supporting the Gators tonight. Well, hockey fever continues, and the Jacks Icemen will sport Florida Gator colors as they take on the Atlanta Gladiators. They're getting in the Florida-Georgia spirit, too. The Gladiators are going to wear Georgia Bulldog colors, taking this rivalry just a little further. I wonder if we're going to have any moments of, fights, anything like that, because, we take that Florida-Georgia rivalry to the ice. Puck drops at 7 o'clock, Veterans Memorial Arena. Then at 9:30, the club hockey teams from both Florida and Georgia will battle it out on the ice. So stay late, and your ticket is good for both events.
I want to go to a hockey game. I haven't been yet.
I had such a good time the first game. You got to check it out, Katie.
I will.
You were really enjoying that hot chocolate this morning.
He brought it again this morning. It was great with the little marshmallows in it.
Marshmallows going,
awesome.
And it's that kind of morning, maybe 2 cups this morning because it's even chillier than yesterday. Check out 49 right now in Jacksonville. So we're getting those 40s in the inland locations, low to mid 50s at the beach. And as we take a look, it's a 10 out of 10 kind of day for the runners, of course. Basically, as we take a look at the runner temperature, even though you say, oh, that's chilly, well, you always add about 15 degrees for runners. So it's just ideal out there. In fact, we've got wall-to-wall sunshine today, 7:37 a.m. on the sunrise, 6:44 p.m. It doesn't get much better. And W.D. Hartley, the school of the day. I can't wait to get out there and visit with the kids. And notice by recess, after our big talk about the awesome anti-cyclone, 70 degrees on our way to a high of 74 in St. Johns County. Florida, Georgia, we're talking a little bit about that. Well, the Tailgaters looking great. So one of my favorite games, Katie, is the cornhole game. That should be a perfect thing to do before the game. We'll let you know if it stays dry throughout coming up.
I'm loving this weather. I love it. All right, I wore 2 layers in this morning. Let's take a look outside towards the Dames Point Bridge. Things there look very nice. I'm not seeing any problems or any delays. So taking a look kind of around town. If you're traveling towards the airport, wanted to let you know those westbound lanes appear to be blocked along Airport Road at Duval Road. So you'd probably be sent on a little bit of a detour there to try and get around that if you're headed out towards the airport. So maybe build in a little bit of extra time. Also, Main Street Bridge still closed at the moment, but all of your other downtown bridges are open if you would like to use one of those instead. Traveling around Clay County, I'm not seeing any major issues. A little spot of red there along US 17 and Fleming Island. I think it's just people stopping at a stoplight because there's no reported crashes in Clay County at the moment.
Sounds good.
All right, good news on this Friday Eve. Thanks, you guys. It's now 42 minutes past the hour, and it's a big week, we know, for baseball fans. A recap of Game 2 of the World Series from Los Angeles.
Plus, I have some big news for the Big Cats. Number 50, Telvin Smith, well, he's here to stay, but for how long? I have the buzz after the break.
Good morning, I'm Patty Jimenez for Visit Jacksonville with your top 5 events around town this weekend. Sure, we have that huge event downtown, but what else is going on? Here is the number 5 spot on our countdown. Join the Riverside Avondale Preservation and Fun for First Coast kids as they celebrate Halloween at the Riverside Arts Market. This Saturday, dress in your favorite costume and take the kids down for trick-or-treating and hands-on activities. RAM kicks off at 10 a.m. and offers all kinds of crafts, food, and live music for the entire family to enjoy. It is free and just by the river, a really great way to spend a Saturday. I'll have the rest of the top 5 events for this weekend later on right here on GMJ.
Jock Peterson. Last inning, Gonzalez. 10th inning. Bills are ahead. The rest of us. To Springer. Gets into right center field. Well hit. Won't be caught. It is gone for a home run. George Springer goes deep. And the
How did it happen? I mean, as far as game twos of World Series go, this was about the best one ever, right? All the home runs, the drama, the extra innings. It was a back and forth that continued late in the evening. The Houston Astros did win game two. They evened up the World Series at 1 game apiece. And it is a travel day today. The teams go to Houston now for game 3. That game is tomorrow night. First pitch scheduled for 8:09. And the Houston Astros, by the way, undefeated in the postseason at home this year. We'll see what goes down. They got 3 games to play there. Keitha?
And here at home Thursday night football, the First Coast News Sports team is heading to Stanton as they host Paxton for this week's game of the week. Live coverage begins on First Coast News at 5. The Sideline 2017 Week 10 wrap-up is Friday night at 11:15.
Jags fans, well, this one is for you, the Big Cats.
Yes.
The Big Cats, they have officially signed linebacker Telvin Smith to a 4-year extension as of yesterday, Wednesday. This new deal is good through 2021, and he was in the final year of his rookie deal. Now, just this season, 58 tackles, a sack, 2 interceptions, a forced fumble, and a defensive touchdown. He has started about 47 of the 53 games in which he has played this career. And remember, originally he signed a deal worth $2.43 million with only $211,000 guaranteed. ESPN says that this 4-year extension is worth $50 million. That's some money.
That's some big money, and he deserves it. He's
He
I mean,
does.
a stalwart of the defense, and this team is going to fluctuate and center around its defensive prowess.
Absolutely,
Right?
yeah.
So you lock down a linebacker like him. He's a Florida State guy, draft pick of the Jaguars. Getting into a second contract is a big deal. The interceptions are a big deal. The pass breakup's a big deal. Tackles for loss that he provides. He's a spark. Plus, and this is nice too, he's a really good guy.
Yeah, and you know, that's a big trend that I've seen on social media.
Yeah.
I'll say this, every time I pick out tweets, I try to filter them and I try to say, okay, let me find something to show everybody's side of it. I couldn't find anything.
Good guy.
Anything that said anything bad about him. Let's get to a couple of these tweets. Johnny Floyd says he deserves it. The man is in on just about every play. He's always around the ball, hustling on every down. Derek says too small, can't play linebacker in the NFL, gonna get hurt, not strong enough. Yeah, watch him play football. Telvin Smith should have been a 2nd-round draft pick at least. He has been a beast his whole life, state champion, national champion. He deserves every dollar they pay him, and frankly, he should have got more when he was drafted. I'm happy for him. One more, Blake says, congrats, Telvin Smith. Watch you turn FSU around, and now watching you do the same for the Jags. You deserve every penny. I'm telling you, Lou, that was the big thing that everybody just kept saying. He's a leader. He's definitely a leader. He's somebody that keeps the Jags together. So he's got to be there.
Got to keep the nucleus together, that defense.
Yeah.
Right? That's what is going to make this team go forward. Brooks, we appreciate it. Keith, about you.
Thanks, guys. It's now 49 minutes past the hour. So when you walk outside this morning, get ready. It is chilly out there, about 55 degrees right now. Our Alex Osiris, he's standing by live in RV City. He has on his coat. It's zipped up to the brim, but you're still looking good, Alex. How's it feeling out there?
It's brisk, Keitha. It's not cold, but it's brisk, and a little wind coming by, making it just interesting morning. I'm from up north, so I'm used to this. But still not expecting it so early in the year. We do have the seat warmers on, so we're doing all right. But this morning, people have their generators on here at RV City. They are getting ready, cozy in their campers this morning. Remember, if you do have a generator and you're using it, keep everything well ventilated. Of course, they're checking things out around here overnight, making sure everyone is safe. They have safety zones set up throughout downtown, and 2 are going to be over here by the stadium. So if you do need some assistance, of course, JSO out here patrolling as well. But the party really just getting started. We're only about 48 hours away from the big game. Folks have been out here since Tuesday, though. And now, of course, we're checking things out with the Almanac. Going to be one of the colder ones. You'll remember back in 2014, back when it was only 60 degrees on game day. We'll have more coming up at 6, but first let's go to Mike Prangley. Mike?
Alex, you're awesome, man. In fact, everybody having the heat cranked out at RV City this morning, but let's get right to the forecast. This is the big question out there. Will we need the ponchos? No, I don't think so. In fact, if we do get rain, I think a late night shower. We're staying between two systems this weekend. Really a cold front to the west and tropical moisture to the south and east. And by the time that cold front moves through, really not much moisture with it. And as a result, look at this, GFS and Euro really backing off on the rain, 1/10 of an inch or less. In fact, a trickle on the American model. We have dry through the day Saturday. Okay, so here's your timeline. Here's Saturday, 7 p.m. The map or the graph goes up just slightly, just a tad between 3 and 7 a.m. Sunday. So that's our best precision chances for rain at this time. And it may be more like a sprinkle. Not everybody will see rain. So here's what I was talking about. Some of that disorganized tropical moisture. South Florida would have to worry about any heavy rain with this, okay? And then the front to our west. So see how we're sandwiched in the sweet spot, so to speak? We will get an area of low pressure that'll develop northeast of us. That's where it'll get its act together. So the Carolinas, those are the areas that'll see the rain this weekend. For us, another cool shot as we head into Sunday. So without further ado, drum roll, please. Yeah, postcard pick Thursday. We start in the 40s, but a high of 72 degrees. Warmer Friday, there's a 78. We'll start though in the 40s once again. Keep the kids warm at the bus stop again. Then just a late night sprinkle or shower Saturday, otherwise dry. And more fall weather for you there on Sunday, Katie. How's it looking in that VyStar Credit Union Traffic Center?
Well, let's take a look here. So your time is 5:51. I hope you guys are having a great start to your morning. So if you are traveling here along I-10 eastbound, it's not bad from Baldwin all the way towards the downtown area. Hey, it just got a little faster there. It's about 14 minutes, so that's pretty nice. Let's take a live look outside. This is I-10 and 295. Things there, like the drive time, show you moving without problems. Let's talk about the Florida-Georgia game. All right, if you're headed down to the game, should be a great time, but you definitely want to get there early because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of traffic. JSO recommends getting there 5 hours early. That way you're not, stressing out trying to find a spot. Also, all of the bridges will be scheduled to be open, so you shouldn't have any issues there. 1:30 is when the gates will open for Everbank Field, and that's when the priority switches to pedestrians, especially around the stadium area. So vehicles, you could see more slowdowns. Now, Bay Street, you have the lane switches that will occur along Bay Street for the game around 9 a.m. You'll have 3 going eastbound, 1 moving westbound. Then when the game lets out, usually around halftime is when they switch everything pushing away from the stadium. They move everything to like a one-way situation. Don't forget, bring some cash with you to park, because if you're not going to be parking in one of the lots downtown, you have some side lots that you can sometimes pay to park. But don't forget, you've got JTA, you've got the Skyway, water taxi. You have several options, so that way you can try to avoid some of the congestion of the downtown area. If you have a parking pass, make sure it's hung up there and visible for officers so they can help direct you even faster. Back to you.
All right, thanks for that. Coming up on Good Morning Jacksonville, trying to decrease package thefts. Amazon deliveries can now go inside of your home, but it will cost you. We're going to fill you in when GMJ returns in 2 minutes.
Good morning, I'm Patty Jimenez with Visit Jacksonville with your top events in the number 4 spot. This is one of my favorite Halloween traditions. The Florida Theater is showing the Rocky Horror Picture Show this Saturday. This cult 70s classic is actually now preserved in the Library of Congress. The theater will provide all the fun props you need to watch the film, including water pistols, confetti, and bells. The movie experience begins at 8 p.m. and tickets are just $15. Now stay tuned for the rest of the weekend's events coming up on GMJ.
And welcome back. So we've seen the videos time and time again. Perhaps you've been a victim yourself. Thieves helping themselves to packages left on doorsteps. Amazon says that they've developed a service to help cut down on packages being stolen off your front porches by putting the packages inside of your home. The service is called Amazon Key, and it's only done with your permission, of course. Here's how it works. You buy a smart lock and a cloud cam camera for $250. Of course, it's going to cost you. Then make a purchase and sign up for in-home delivery, that service. When the package arrives, you'll get a notification on your phone. If no one is home, the delivery person will get a unique code that unlocks your door for about 5 minutes. The door, Amazon says, must be closed and locked before the courier can actually move on. You can also watch the entire delivery from your camera. The new service is scheduled to begin in 37 cities, including right here in Jacksonville and surrounding areas, and it starts up in November. So we put a poll out, of course, asking you what you thought about that. About 80% of you said, no thank you, it's creepy, and I agree with that.
I'm on board. Bring all those private deliveries right inside. It's 5:58. We're checking out those chilly temperatures in RV City when we come back in 2 minutes.